Right, I'm brewing again today, and today I'm brewing up another best bitter. So this is going to be more of a kind of hop forward best bitter, is the best way to describe it, I guess. So I'm using a pretty bulk standard grain bill for a best bitter, which is essentially just Marisota. It's a medium crystal, and I'm going to chuck a little bit of wheat in there as well. And I'm going to be using two English hops. So, you know, I want to sort of maintain the English character, British character of this best bitter. So I'll be using two British hops, although they are kind of the more modern British hops that have sort of hit the scene more recently. More on that in a while. So this is a 23 litre batch, and the IBU, I'm shooting for about kind of 37 IBUs. The colour is 19 EBC, and the ABV is 4.5. So kind of a mid-strength best bitter. It's probably on the higher end of the ABV scale. If you're looking at the sort of parameters of this style, 4.5 is at the very top end. I think kind of it should fall within the range of a maximum 4.6, so I'm just under that. Although, you know, I'm not brewing this for a competition or anything. This is purely for my own consumption and for everybody else's enjoyment, because I'm brewing this up for Christmas, and it's kind of a beer that my family like to drink. So yeah, it's going to be nice to have this on tap and offer them something slightly different to what they might be used to. Excuse me, still got the cough. So I'll be using some different hops, and I'm going to be elevating that kind of hop level as well. So some couple of late additions and also a dry hop as well. So I am going to be using, well, this beer is more about the Harlequin hop. So Harlequin is a newish variety of English hops. It is a fairly high alpha acid hop, 11.4%, and it is kind of said to bring those more new world aromas and flavours to, you know, English hops. So the description on here says passion fruit, peaches and pineapple, intensity 8. So I'm going to be using this, and the stuff I've read about Harlequin, I have used Harlequin before as well, and I don't think I got the most out of it, or the best out of it. So I'm going to be using this all as late addition, in a 5 minute in the boil, and then as a dry hop. So the supporting act in this beer is another hop, which couldn't be better paired by name. So we have Harlequin and we have Minstrel. Okay, so Minstrel is quite an interesting hop, as firstly it's no longer grown. So this was also another one of those new hops that was developed by Charles Farren, and it is said to have spiced berries, kind of citrus orange flavours. I think it's quite similar to Challenger, which is a kind of a bit more of a traditional kind of hop, I guess, English hop. But this was a new variety, came out a few years ago, but unfortunately it was found to not be very disease resistant, so they've now stopped growing it. I've had these in the freezer for quite some time and never got around to using them, and I thought it was absolutely perfect, at least in name, to accompany the Harlequin hops. So we have the Harlequin Minstrel Best Bitter. This is 6% alpha acid. So let's go over the fermentables first of all. I've got 3.75 kilograms of Marisota. I've got 230 grams of medium crystal, which is 265 EBC. I've got 200 grams of wheat malt. So that gives me just under 4.2 kilograms of fermentables for this 23 litre batch. My hop schedule is going to be, I'm only going to do a short boil, 30-minute boil. I'm not in any particular rush today, but I've found that well, I haven't found much difference between a 30-minute and a 60-minute boil, apart from some colour differences, which I'm not really interested in. So I'm sticking to a 30-minute boil. So I've got 35 grams of Minstrel, 6% alpha acid Minstrel. So that's going to give me 19 IBUs. And then my next top addition is at 10 minutes, 35 grams of Minstrel at, which is going to give me 9 IBUs. Then at 5 minutes, I'm going in with 40 grams of Harlequin, which is going to give me 9 IBUs. So yeah, 37 IBUs in total. On day 10 of fermentation, I'm also going to be adding 60 grams of Harlequin as a dry hop. So yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be quite a nice hop forward best bitter, stroke pale ale. I guess that's terms are interchangeable really. A best bitter is kind of an English pale ale, so it's going to be a hop forward. Let's call it a best bitter. I'm using reverse osmosis water, and I have used the best bitter, I think, profile. Better check that. So what else is there to say? Oh, yeast wise, I'm going to be opting for the Mangrove Jack's Liberty Bell. Again, the M36. Had nice results with this recently. Sounds perfect for this type of beer. English and American pale ales, extra special bitters, golden ales and more. So that is going to be doing the heavy lifting in the fermentation. And what else is there to say? So I am mashing in. That's already happening at the moment. So the mash is going ahead at the moment. So I'm mashing in at, I'm mashing at 66 degrees for 1 hour, mashing out 75 degrees for 10 minutes. And that is then going to go into my fermenter and ferment for probably 10 days at 20 degrees. Then I'll dry hop it for a couple of days, and it will be kegged up. So yeah, I'll try and get a little bit of footage on the way, and I will see you at the end for the much anticipated tasting. So yeah, see you then. Cheers. All right, here it is, best bitter. Finished up with 4.5%. It's been in the keg for just over a month now. Yeah, so the obvious thing here, I don't know if you can really get that on the camera, but it's hazy, very, very hazy. And it is just completely refusing to clear at all. So there was a little bit of wheat in the malt bill, but you know, not enough really to kind of make a haze like that. There was a dry hop, considerable dry hop of the Harlequin. So I'm guessing it's probably that, maybe, that has caused the haze, or maybe something else in the brewing process. But yeah, so that's kind of what it looks like. It's a deep sort of golden colour, amber, sort of amberish colour, but the haze is sort of maybe deflecting a little bit from the colour. It's not really allowing the true colour to kind of shine through at all. So yeah, looks wise, not really ticking all the boxes there. It's got a sort of light frothy head on the top, as you'd expect. It's got low carbonation. Can't remember exactly how I set that, but it was just kind of, I don't know. It was low carbonated anyway, as kind of best bitters should be served. Yeah, so a bit disappointed with the appearance. Aroma wise, yeah, there's a lot of that sort of tropical, sweet sort of tropical aroma coming from the Harlequin hops, presumably, you know, from that dry hop. Bit of sweetness from the malts, and yeah, not too bad a smell. I guess there's a bit too much maybe hop aroma, if I'm perfectly honest. It's kind of moving it away from maybe what I'd intended, although I'd set out to kind of brew a hop forward best bitter. This is kind of well past that, and it's very hoppy, and yeah, if you got served that in a pub, you'd be questioning whether it was actually a best bitter or it was something else. But yeah, flavour wise, there's really nice bitterness coming from those minstrel hops that I used. Real nice, clean, assertive bitterness that balances out the sweetness from the crystal and the malt, the Marisotta. It's all right. It's pretty hoppy on the taste as well. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think this was really a success, if I'm perfectly honest. It's not a fantastic beer. It's not really turned out how I'd intended it to be. I think I need to kind of rein myself a little bit in on the hop front, dial that down. I think, you know, it's nice to kind of allow yourself a little bit more hops, as we're not constrained by sort of economics as home brewers. We can kind of add a little bit more hop than maybe commercial brewers would do. But yeah, this is way past. This is way out the other side of that. It's kind of like an English, maybe like an English pale ale. I mean, in time, it might kind of turn out to be a fantastic beer once everything settles down and you know, everything kind of mingles together a bit more. But a month in, I'd say it's all right. I've got 20 more pints odd in the keg, maybe a few more than that actually. Needs to get drunk, so I might just kind of leave this maybe for a month or two to see how it gets on. But yeah, it's not a brilliant beer, and I won't be brewing it again like this. I think I'll maybe try out a kit, perhaps get a kit from the malt mill or one of the other retailers, and brew it as a recipe is intended, rather than trying to freestyle and push the boundaries. I don't think it's worked on this occasion, but hey ho, it's beer, and it will get drunk at some point. Would I recommend brewing it? Nah, I wouldn't. No. Maybe stick to a tried and tested best bitter recipe if you're thinking about brewing one up. But yeah, I think if I did another bitter in the near future, I'd go for a lighter crystal. I'm not sure I like the medium crystal in this, and I definitely wouldn't use as much hops as I have done. But I think the Harlequin, I'm not dismissing the Harlequin. I want to give that a go. Maybe in a pale ale, if I use a straightforward malt bill and use Harlequin, I think it's got potential. Again, missed the mark I think with it, and I'm not really doing it justice in this beer. So I'm going to persevere. I'm going to try Harlequin again, maybe in a summer beer, something like that, like a summer ale. I think probably work well. But yeah, I won't be chalking this one up as a success, but anyway, onwards and upwards, and here's to the next brew. Cheers.